visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, if you guys cannot tell, I do sound still a little bit more congested. Sorry, Mama Crone. However, I do not, I do not sound as terrible. I don't feel as I sound, so that's a good thing. And
You're feeling better.
Yes, I am feeling better. Minus having this congestion, but Mama Crone's got me with this good old remedy of some vapor mix. I fell in love. Um, for real, for real. So with that being said, if you guys, I'm here to do a reading, well, not a reading, a talk about DDG and Halle, as well as later on in the video, we're going to be talking about some elbow thievery out here. However, to begin off, you guys definitely loved the last video that Lady Crone and I had did. On DDG and Halle.
Yeah, y'all really enjoyed that.
Yes, you really did.
Thank you so much. Keep on looking at it and giving us thumbs up. Thank you.
Yes.
We're going to have to go back to the videos that we got a couple of them coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. You are a big one for us. Thank you.
Yeah. So because of that, we are here to talk about some updates since that reading that we have done, like the update that Halle has been granted
custody.
Yep.
Full custody. Temporary custody.
Yeah, that's the mixture. Some say sole custody, others say temporary. Mm-hmm. And she also has another temporary restraining order on DDG.
Okay, now this is what I like to do. Do you think you could defend Halle? Or do you think that you could defend DDG?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I want us to challenge each other, because I'm going to give my points why I want to do DDG, why I'm against Halle. So this is like for you. So we're going to play it out. You're going to give your best points of why you defending Halle.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're playing it out. It's going to seem real, but we're not telling you who we are. But in order for just to get mixed up in the feelings, to just play it out, what we hear and what's going on and what's the sentiment for both sides.
Okay.
All right. So we ready? You know, I got this. Mama's in the building. Okay. So you ready? So you ready? So I'm going to start with DDG.
Okay.
Okay. But before I start, no, go ahead on and give us your monologue about everything that's going on, and then we'll do it. So you could get your monologue, what you know, and then we'll go, when you're finished with that, then we'll do the reenactment of both sides. You're going to be totally for Halle for reasons that you could really know, and I'm going to be for DDG against Halle. In other words, you're the man hater right now, okay. And I'm the woman hater. You understand? Mm-hmm. Because I'm going for. I'm DDG, so I'm standing on DDG's side. You're Halle, and you're standing on Halle's side. Okay, so that's why I said, if you want to let me do DDG, because if I do Halle, I will slaughter you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though we're reacting it, and I took DDG because I think I could be understanding. And I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe I can't, but we're acting it out. We're being. What's that? Not hypocrites. What was that new word I like?
Incognition.
We're being incognition. We're being incognito. So we're gonna do it. I'm excited about it. So go ahead.
So after we have found out about the temporary restraining order that Halle put against DDG, he happened to find out about that on a live stream, and he pretty much had a chill reaction to it. I guess DDG has even said that he's cool. But however, here's some of the stuff that I found in the news that people are saying in reaction to this DDG and Halle situation. The first one is Soulja Boy himself. Soulja Boy has entered himself into this conversation, saying that he's ready to fight DDG in the boxing ring because he abused Halle. And and little did I know, DDG said that apparently Soulja Boy had lost a $4 billion sexual.
I haven't heard nothing from Soulja Boy. He's like a ghost from Christmas past.
He really is.
Hey, is that him? Where he go? Go ahead,
Exactly.
Soulja.
Exactly.
You made your millions. Go somewhere.
So yeah, that was from Soulja Boy. And then the next person that had something to say about the situation was Ray J. I know, another interesting one. Ray J is claiming that so not Soulja Boy, but DDG with his song What I Prefer. It's like a direct imitation or copying of another person's song. So he was just like, you weren't even original with that song, bro. Tit for tat in the music industry. I don't even know why Ray J entered himself into the conversation either.
He don't want to accept the fact he an old head. He in his 40s arguing with these 20-year-olds. He just, Ray J, go sit down, take care of your 2 kids.
Yes.
And go back to your white princess.
Kai Cenat has also another famous streamer, Twitcher out there. Kai has said that he feels like he's stuck in between the two because he has both love for Halle and both love for DDG. And he said that there's a truth. He said there's a truth somewhere. And he was like, I just hope that they can work it out.
That's fair.
That is fair.
That's where we are.
Yes. I'm so glad somebody carried that sentiment rather than picking sides, because it's just making it look more messy.
But we're going to still demonstrate the two sides, but we definitely stand on the side of Connect. Mm-hmm. I can't pick. I can't. I'm only going by what people said and what I said, but I can't choose. I just can't.
Yeah.
They both have valid points. I can't choose.
And then another thing.
And I believe both of them.
Oh, okay.
To an extent. But when we get into the debate, we're going to play it out to the different sides. Those that are definitely for DDG, hard and rough, that's the side I'm standing for. And I look at her side as that's the mean girls. That's the bitter women. They standing over there because to me, those are the women that are very hard on men. To me.
Yeah, that is true.
They take no mercy.
Yeah, that's feminism to like the
extreme. Yeah, it's like is that what they call it, feminism? Mm-hmm. Well, that's the side that you're going to take for Halle. Okay? And honestly, men, I have to go there.
Okay.
Even in the Diddy case, he had to get women. So it's like women on women. Facts. That's how feminism is strong. This is going to be interesting.
It is.
So when we do it, it's going to be the feminism versus the male. Mm-hmm. They eat you up, poor thing. Yeah.
But speaking of that, I saw an article which, oh my God, the title of the article was the toxic men are getting what's coming to them.
Oh, no.
And of course, they listed P. Diddy, Chris Brown, DDG. I was just like, okay. I'm just like, who wrote this article? Because clearly...
You're supposed to be neutral. You're on the feminist side.
But
I'm just presenting
news that people are painting pictures of DDG, because these are all articles that I've seen about DDG. Speaking of which, he also apparently carries firearms with him, but because he has a restraining order against him, he's not allowed to carry any firearms. And DJ Academics have made a statement about that, saying how it's completely unfair that he can't defend himself now just because of some allegations. Now, there was another guy out here that also shared some statements, and his name was Ryan Daniels. and he says that well, first off, he made some really interesting comparisons. He said this DDG and Halle situation reminded him of Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. I know these were some interesting comparisons. And he also compared them to, I think it was Rihanna and Chris Brown. For real. So those were the two. That's how this relation. I know it's a weird comparison. I don't even know how DDG and Halle got to Bobby and Whitney and Chris Brown. Well, I could understand Chris Brown.
Because all of it puts the black man in a volatile position. That's why.
Got you.
That's all they have in common.
Wow. Okay.
Not the facts that Rihanna slept with Jay-Z or somebody else and gave him herpes. Not that. Mm-hmm. No, we can't deal with that because that's what happened. Because Chris Brown finally told his story.
Got you.
But he never said anything back then. Bobby Brown and Whitney. It comes to find out Bobby Brown is still alive today. He said that doing coke wasn't his thing. That wasn't freebasing. Not saying he didn't do it. That he was an alcoholic. His thing was drinking. But she got high, and at the end of it all, who got busted? Who got in trouble? Who died? Mm-hmm. Whitney, over her drug habit. Although it is alleged that somebody gave her drugs. Which was tricky. And
he back up
allegedly story. Because he comes out, he allegedly So, and it said that she had that stuff in her system. Mm-hmm. So, they all had that volatile thing.
Right. I forgot another couple he referenced.
Please.
Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
Did you have to?
Hey, this is Ray Daniels that compared.
Yeah, but in this case, we don't really know what happened at the party when they were at the Kardashian Jenner house at Kylie's party. Nobody don't know. We weren't there. But I think it was a little jealousy going on. A little jealousy. They had been drinking, allegedly. And when they got in the car, probably one thing led to the other. And then she gets out the car. Who knows? He probably told her to get back in the car. I ain't getting back in the car. And he says, okay, if you don't know, you're going to get back in this car. I don't know. I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And then it was just something that just went wrong.
Got you.
It just went wrong. That's what I really feel. Like, I'm going to shoot you if you don't get back in that car. Mm-hmm. And she could have said, put that gun away, I'm going to scream and holler. He probably said, be quiet. I don't know my mind.
Hey, listen. Why
I don't know why.
When there's alcohol in the system.
Yeah. And go ahead. Because I'm going to get to it. But I'm saying, this is why I'm saying it's hard for me to be on one side. I can defend Halle and I can defend DDG. Mm-hmm. I can defend both of them. And I don't understand how it is so easy that we could just choose a side.
Right.
Because for me, unless you're a feminist, and I like to think I'm a feminist, but a soft one.
Yes.
I'm a soft feminist. I'm a feminist, but I am also an ethical person. My gender do not define me as a soul. As a soul, I am one, neither male nor female. Mm-hmm. But in this physical body, I have the body of a female. You understand? Mm-hmm. So we got to talk about it. I just feel, to me, when it come down to DDG, I'm going to be honest. This is just me speaking. And people may not like it and just go, okay, I'm clicking off. Mm-hmm. Childish, but you have your right. Because I really like this to be a place where we could really say how we feel with respect.
Yes, with respect.
My thing is this. For him to get his kids taken away for a little chipped tooth that you could barely tell, and bruises on her arm. Really? 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 Now, I know people may not like what I'm saying, but if a man want to hurt you, he'll give you a black eye. He'll bust your lip. He'll break your arms, your fingers. He'll break your soul. Because if he want to beat you, he'll beat you till you're afraid to tell. Facts. Do you think abuser going to care? You done pissed them off. You done tampered with his narcissism, and now you think you're masculine. All he wants to do is take you and shut you the hell up. Threaten you. Some of them even threaten the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Abusers. Abusers. Think about it. These are what you calling him, an abuser.
Yeah.
Yours, and you can barely see. And I'm not saying I can defend both sides, understand what I'm saying. But I'm on him right now because I look at the bruises on her arm. Maybe she didn't have on a sweater.
Yeah, well, she claimed that that happened back in January of this year.
But you just pressing charges.
Yeah,
this kind of stuff is so you held on to it for ammunition. See, the thing that I don't understand is this. It seemed like after you got that baby, you changed. Now, all I'm saying is, if DDG had an affair, where the girlfriend is? I hear everybody's talking about it. Where is she? Where are the pictures? I don't want to hear something about his old girlfriend. Show me where he was having an affair, having sex.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Tell me.
Has yet to provide that proof.
Show me the information. You got everything else. I don't want to hear the phone calls. That could be misconstrued. I want to see them out on a date, holding hands, he hugging her. I want to see some concrete evidence. And for the last 2 years, because this is how long I've been into DDG. Was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
For me, you've been into them longer than I. So 2 years. And I have always heard he was a playboy, but nobody ever told me what they show his ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But where's the proof? And it's like we done dogged this man out. Now, I'm not saying like I've been down here for 2 years. So that's all I got. Right?
Yeah.
And he had a girl named Gypsy Rose. Was that her name?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose. And she's more fair than Halle. Both are beautiful women.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. And then I saw Ruby Rose on TV showing the same bruises on her arm and said that DDG hurt her. So now we see DDG like the bruised women arms.
Yeah, that's all we've got.
Maybe because he grabbed them tight. Maybe because they launching after him. Do you know a lot of women will fight men?
Yes, just look at it. It's with us.
They will attack you. You could say, no, I need to go somewhere and chill. And they will follow you and argue with you. Not all women, but a lot. Mm-hmm. There's always exception to the rule. But it's like they are raging in their estrogen, just like the men are raging in their testosterone. You understand? Yep. So it's got all of this chemical going up against each other. And her hormones aren't right, and they probably won't mellow out until about another 8 years, 5 years.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, because, it's time. Your body, it's not the same. It's just like you was a virgin. Now you're no more virgin. You pierced the veil. You've been through the pain, and that pain hits other things of your body. Okay. You may never suffer with hypertension, but now you might. You never, excuse me, you may have suffered with your period, and then now you don't. You may never, it just changes you. Not your DNA, it just changes you.
Typical wake up.
Yeah, it just changed you. It changed the way you think. It changed your periods. You just changed. I can't, but I guess a life for a life.
Yeah, true.
And I guess it depletes so much that maybe the body had to regenerate itself. And even though it's the same DNA, it's kind of altered, if that makes sense. But anyway, I just feel like for DDG, I just feel like he is judged and they just judging him on a past.
Yep, y'all could see those articles I read. Nothing.
They just judge him. All I'm saying is show me. I don't want to hear a phone call. Show me where somebody caught him out on a date. Show me where they saw him filming and he was kissing another girl. Show me. I know you can give me a whole lot of stuff on the phone, but that can be misconstrued. But show me evidence where you can prove. But nobody has done that in 2 years. No one. No. They allege it. They judge him like he's he just broke up and he got all these women. And I'm like, is he judged because he's attractive?
That's probably what it is.
It just seemed like it could be Scott Lynette. What's his name?
Kai.
Kai could be the one getting all the women.
Facts.
I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he could be the one that be down there slinging and danging. You understand? DDG just not that. Don't seem like that type for me. I can't explain it.
No, I mean, even though Ray J says this song was copyrighted, I still go back to his song about his title, What I Prefer, talking about what he looks for in a woman and how he's not out there just trying to have any kind of woman. So
yeah, and I'm not saying he didn't. It's just that something about his soul that he private. And that see, if I say this, it's going to be taken out of proportion.
Oh.
He seemed tender. Like a mama's boy.
Let me see his side. I wonder if he's a Virgo.
He's got to be water. He's got to be water. I do not put him at a fire sign.
No.
Water. Would you say earth?
I said earth. Air. He's a Libra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to remember that.
Mm-hmm. There it is. That duality. Air. He's an air sign. He's mental. He's a thinker. He's frequency. He's trying to vibe. That's just not his vibe to go out and do arguing. He outthink it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He'll think his way through it. I'm not saying he can't be violent. He won't be violent.
It's just about the scales of balance.
It's just about the scales of balance. And right now he is definitely out of balance. But maybe, sometimes women hit on men. We've seen it. Yeah, little cute girls and girls like Halle.
Yeah.
Cute girls like Gypsy Rose that will slap you in the face and you got to grab them. And, I'm not saying any of it is right, but I'm saying, but the man can't go and complain. I just seen on the Valley where, Whitney attacked her husband.
Yep.
Right on camera.
Yep. Nobody
said nothing. But if he would have did that to her, they would have called the police. Yes. It's just an imbalance.
Double standards.
It's a double standards, and it is what it is. I seen a woman go up to a woman, the face on the same show and throw a cup of whatever in his face. He turned away. But if he would have done that, they would have been ready to call the police.
Yes.
It's just, that's the way it is. And it just seems like, and this is not even about a color. This is universal. It just seemed like women hate men.
That's what it's slowly.
That's what it's. You don't think it don't look that way?
No, it does.
You said slowly, and I don't want you to change for that. I'm just saying it, and I feel like a dinosaur because I don't want to have hate in my heart.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want to hate.
I almost want to say that hate isn't granted, but
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to hate anybody.
that's true. Don't want to hate anybody, but guys
I don't
are a
even
piece
want to
of
hate
work.
evil, because I know that the evil is there for my good.
That's true.
If it's evil, then it's just something I have to work out. I just don't want hate have no dwelling place in me. I want to be able to look around and all I see is love.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are loved, you walking in light. So therefore, there is no darkness. You can't be scammed or cheated or what's that word?
Yes, scammed.
Scam. I can't be scammed because I'm in the light. I see you. And if I harbor any hate, yeah, even evil, because it's like protons and neutrons. They balance each other. Like the elements. We all here in this place to find ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what look like demons may be angels.
That's true. It's just how you view it.
And what look like ghosts could be things to scare you, but they really not scary at all.
Mm-hmm.
They just illusions and fragments of your imagination. And they materialize as the way that you can identify them as a devil or something. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you begin to understand that this is a matrix, you have to look at it with different eyes. And I think that's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. We've been lied to over so many things. And I'm not saying that DDG didn't do it. I'm just saying, just give me some concrete evidence before we nail him to the cross. And that way of thinking may not be right to many people. But I'm sorry, I have to be true to me, because I'm going to have to die one day. I'll cease to exist. But I know that I am energy, and I know that I have a spirit, a soul that is immortal. And I know that whatever I do here, I know it's a lesson. And it just looked like scariness, but it's illusions of our mind, because we look at horror movies, we see murder, we see all these awful things. And so, yeah, we become afraid, and fear becomes the day, anger, fear, anger, and loneliness. And I just want to be free from it. So in order for me to hate evil, I have to look at it, no matter how ugly it is, it's there for me to face. It's there for me to overcome. What do you think? Mm-hmm. And then maybe I could be like Neo in the Matrix. He wasn't afraid of nothing. Mm-hmm. And he knew, when he knew that everything became so easy, he was able to walk, and those little robot men, Neo, he was able to just dissolve them. I believe that. Now, I don't know how far I'm away from that, but I believe that. I'm sorry to take over your session.
That's okay.
But what do you think about what I just said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that may not be your thing. I get it. But that's where I am. We should have just made this live, but go ahead.
Yeah, but no, that was pretty much all the articles that I had to talk about DDG.
So if that's all the articles, I hate to go on. How many minutes? I just want to do this. If I was, okay, you know how I feel about it. But if I was fighting and I was standing for DDG, I would say, you know, after she had the baby, she changed, you know, not right after, but she did. You know, she wanted that baby. She wanted DDG. When people told her no, for whatever reason, she said that she saw the good in him. Now, it just seems to me that Chloe didn't particularly care for him.
No.
I don't know if she did. It just seems like, to me, allegedly, that she kept speaking crack, and her sister, you could do better than him. And I think that after she had that baby, sometimes when a woman have a baby by the man they love, they see that man differently. The baby fills what they needed, and now they don't need you anymore. And And everybody looks at it that DDG, you soiled her. You did this. You did that. She got pregnant. She's a Aries, people.
Yeah, she did this. She did this.
She did this. Nobody made her do anything.
No, this is what she wanted.
This is what she wants. She's an Aries, a fire sign, a go-getter, the leader of the pack, a ruler. She comes off very soft and majestic.
Yes.
That's how she got the role of a little mermaid.
Yes.
Because of it. But I just saw her in this video when she was saying something everywhere she was going, but this man, it was her.
Okay. Oh, yes. Because I love you.
Because I love you. That was when the first time I saw her in a different light.
Yes.
I do this because I love you. And I just think there's some truth to that. She doesn't fight like you fight.
Mm-hmm.
But behind those walls, she probably a tiger. You just can't see it because she's so angelic looking.
Yes.
She's so odd, but beautiful.
Yes.
And she majestic in that voice.
Mm-hmm.
With that voice, you wouldn't even think she can sing.
That's
but
true.
there you go. She can sing.
She can.
She don't need her sister. But you'll never be able to tell it.
Mm-hmm.
With that little body of hers, you'll never think that body know how to make love with a man. But she had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you can understand what I'm saying. She's a woman. She loved him. He loved her. And I knew, I told baby Crone, I said he gonna cut off them locks. Because when you hurt, she hurt him.
Yeah, she did.
He loved her. He loved her. He gave up a lot for her. And that's how I see it. And that's what she was saying. And they broke up a couple of times and got back together.
Yes, they did.
So, when did it become that ugly? When his jealousy got in the way, when he went to her apartment maybe and went in her home and walked in out of jealousy, he started doing crazy jealous things. Mm-hmm. At that point, she knew she had him, the claw. She knew she had him. If he would have stayed cool, been just doing what you normally do, it wouldn't have been nothing like that, but you gave over the power by showing her your weakness. Mm. And that's truth. So now you just look pathetic. And before Blueface went in.
Yes, he did.
He warned you. And you was like, nah, not taking it as a joke. Now look at you, a hot mess. And whatever y'all went through, it wasn't worthy for her to take away, to get temporary custody. But that's what she wants. She don't need you financially.
Yep, she tried to prove it to you.
She's showing you go kick bricks. I don't need you and this baby don't need you. Mm. Go on, we don't need you, nigga.
Yep, that's exactly her sentiment.
That you could tell. Because why over something that minute? So you notice she ain't show no black eye?
No, but she also did claim that he mentally and emotionally abused her.
They abused each other. That's a relationship. You could tell that was a tussle. And somebody grabbed me the wrong way, I'll bruise easy. And they are two lighter skinned women. That's just unfair. But and she had a chipped tooth that you could barely tell. Maybe because he pushed you and you hit your tooth. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure when you went, I'm sure he went and hugged you and said, let me see. I don't know. When he asked her to get out the car, she wouldn't get out the car. This is what I heard. I just think that it's easy for women to be so mad with men. And I just think that they don't give DDG any kind of chance. And I'm not saying he's not guilty, But you're innocent until you're proven guilty. And not everyone, many believe that Halle is innocent. And I'm saying that's impossible. It's impossible. Everything she done because she wanted him. She knew he was with Ruby Rose. Mm-hmm. But she wanted him and she got him.
Yeah, she did.
And they were together for what, about 2 years? I was rooting for them.
I was too.
But now, no.
Yeah. If it looks too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. And for people to just make her out to be timid, stop it. Nothing timid about her.
They still see her as the Little Mermaid.
As a matter of fact, she's just strong. And she gonna do what she wanted to. You know, that's strong when a woman say to a man, you know what, I want custody, full custody. That's power. That's saying we don't need you. And on top of it, if you got full custody, the judge can still make you pay money. Mm-hmm. But she's like, I don't need his money. But see, it couldn't be me.
She says he could still visit, though, but he has to be supervised.
And he can only visit 1 day a week and have for a few hours. Who want that? See, it couldn't be me. Because I would say, go ahead on, you can keep him.
Fair enough.
I don't want to fight over him. I don't want him to know me like that. So you go ahead. You want him, you got him. Keep him. I'll stay out of his life because this is what you want. You want to sign a contract?
I feel like after watching all this paternity court.
That's how I feel. I would sign a contract. Am I right?
Yes.
Sign a contract. Uh-huh. And if you're willing to sign a contract, I'll walk away. You got everything. Don't come to me. You don't even have to tell him about me. But he gonna already know. And you can decide to tell him why his daddy walked away. Because I would have it right there filming as we sign a contract.
Fair enough. Get that video footage on proof.
You want him, you got him. And I will go, and if I wanted a baby that bad, I'd go get another pretty girl and make a baby.
That's true.
That's what I would do, because I'm not going to sit there and fight and argue and get a bad reputation while your career goes up, up, up. Mine goes sinking down, down, down. I'd be damned. You can keep the baby.
He did. I can make deals too.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my child. If that's what you need, you gave birth to him. I love him. And if I love him, I would let him go. I can go have another child. And I would let her stew in that. And if she say yes, I say, I would like to write it in a contract, please. Mm-hmm. We can negotiate how you want to word it. But long as the son know, I got a copy and you got a copy.
Yeah.
And it would be on a videotape, on a CV, Yep. And the lawyer would have a copy.
Yep. Everybody gets a copy.
So if anybody tampered.
True.
So for me, I can't put myself in that because I would love my child too much. And a lot of people wouldn't feel the way I feel. But I don't want my child to experience that. Mm-hmm. And it seems that's what she wants. I would grant that. What do you think?
Yeah, for real. I don't know why she wants her son to grow up without a father.
I don't think that she wants to. I think that this is power to me. Right now, she's just a young girl. She doesn't need him. She knows she doesn't need him. She doesn't need him. And there was a time that she loved him. Is that all?
No.
Oh, and there was a time that she loved him. She's not in love with him anymore. She fell out of love for whatever reason. And he loved her. And you could see it. We all could see it. That's why they were the couple.
Yes.
They were the couples above all couples. Mm-hmm. But now she's going to come out in January, and I don't want to hear it. I feel disappointed that they didn't make it.
Yes, very.
So, and maybe you feel the same way. That's why I can't choose. I see it from both angles. Just like I can take up for DDG and I can take up for Halle, and I did both.
Yes, you did.
Well, I can't choose. because they're young and they operating on emotions,
Very much.
but they can't see 15 years from now.
No.
They can't see that. I can. But most of all, they can't see what's right for their child.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They only can see what they want, but not what's right for the child. And they both are blind when it comes down to that.
Very much, yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this because we're going to come back and do the other part instead of making this long. Okay? So
Yes.
you still, that's why you don't like me sitting in here with you.
It's okay.
So go ahead. You can close it out.
All right. English. Well, with that being said, I hope you Sunflowers enjoyed this reading. Well, not reading, this in
monologue about DDG and Halle and our sentiments. And what do you think? What do you feel about what you felt from Baby Crone and me? And I was the mouthpiece because I think we share the same sentiment, and that is we choose neither. My heart is saddened for the both of them. That's for real. And I can't choose. But if I were to choose, if I had to, my only thing is I would say, please ease up on them. Unless you can prove it, I mean, really prove it, then it's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
And if Halle is out there doing the same thing, if you can prove it, prove it. If you can't, then it's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And with that being said, please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't given it a thumbs up already. And like we said, please leave your comments down below. How do you feel about what Mama Crone or I said, or what is your opinions? This is a safe space here. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That would really mean a whole lot more to us, please, and thank you. And with that being said, you know what we say to that?
I'm going to say thumbs up. You know what we say?
Yes. Sunflowers.